Hi, everyone. I'm Stephanie Bennett. I am so excited for you to see my new movie, Wedding Season, part of June Weddings on Hallmark. I've got a couple of questions that the Hallmark Channel has sent me, so let's get started. The first question is, in Wedding Season, I play Trish, an aspiring writer who is a bridesmaid in all three of her best friends' weddings. Can I share more about how Trish helps her friends prepare for their big day? So there's a lot of pep talks for Trish. She really helps her friends in an emotional way for two characters in particular. So there are, those typical wedding prep things like the parties and the wedding shower and the decor and all that. So she's definitely helping out with all that. But Trish is really good at offering the emotional support for her friends. And their relationships leading up to the wedding, keeping everyone kind of in a calm state of mind. So she's definitely helping out that way, and that helps everyone kind of get ready for their big day. So uh, Trish is paired up with her best friend's brother Ryan, played by Casey Diedrich, to be her date. Tell us more about how our characters start to build a connection. Uh, so both Trish and Ryan are very career oriented, very independent. So love isn't on the forefront for that either of them. So they definitely have that in common. Um, but for Trish, everyone's always trying to set her up. So Casey's character Ryan ends up being sort of begrudgingly her date to these weddings. So he sort of ends up helping Trish figure out how to help her friends get ready for their wedding dates. And so he's sort of her right hand man in a way, and that helps them develop a connection. And it's a good arc through the movie. Each wedding, they're getting to know each other a little bit more. They're connecting a little bit more. And of course, they're each other's dates. So you'll see what happens. But it's sort of a gradual realizing of them having more in common than they thought. My character gets the opportunity to become a featured journalist if she writes about her friends' weddings. How does she manage writing her article and being a bridesmaid? So Trish always has her handy little journalist book, taking notes always. So as much as Trish is very much present at all of these events and, really focused on making her friend's day great, she is always taking notes. So always writing down ideas for the articles. So the article is always at the back of her mind, and how everything that's going on around her can affect this piece ultimately that she's writing. Um, it's a huge deal to her to be writing this article. It's a huge break in her career. So it's really important that the article is written. So she's got her ups and downs throughout on what this article is even going to end up being. Yeah, each wedding that Trish attends has a different version of a happy ending. How does this change my character's perspective on finding love? Uh, so each wedding is very different, and each couple are all very different and face their own unique challenges. So for Trish, she's learning so much as she goes through this process about her friends and about herself. And ultimately, it helps her realize that love is really something that's missing for her in her life, and how love comes in many forms. And so that's a big learning process for Trish. And so I think, in a way, she always sort of dismissed love like it wasn't for her. And watching her friends go through these weddings and everything that comes with it sort of helps Trish realize that love can look unique for everyone, and it is something that she wants. While her friends are in their wedding season of life, Trish is in a different one focused on her career, but they all support one another. What am I hoping viewers will take away from this movie? So one thing I loved about this movie is we have a big ensemble cast, and the focus, a big point of the movie is friendship. So you know, it's all about relationships in this movie and how much Trisha's friendships mean to her in her life. These are lifelong friends that she's had. And so, yeah, a big plot point is the friendships. And so, yes, the movie's a love story, but I think uh, that's something I really like the viewers to take away is how important friendships are in your life and in your love life too. Now, this is the first Hallmark movie I'm starring in, and we had a wonderful cast. Are there any fun stories I can share from filming? So many. I had such a good time filming this movie. I would do it all again just to hang out with these people again. It was awesome. But one in particular, shout out to Jill Morrison, who plays Carrie. She's so funny and very, very good improv actress. So she was doing things that were unexpected the whole time and keeping us all laughing. Um, as you'll see in the movie, there is a bouquet toss scene. And the Carrie character, Jill, ends up doing this huge leap. And so that was a funny story from filming because it was very late and cold, and it's always fun, but you can get a little tired. And she really kept the energy up for all of us. So that was a fun story. Another one would be Casey and I were doing this very serious scene, and you'll know which one I'm talking about when you watch it, on a dock. And throughout the entire scene, there were ducks quacking super, super loud. I think it might have been geese. Yeah, Canada geese, of course. Super loud in the background. So it's edited out now, but when you watch that, just know how distracting it was for us with these geese just yelling basically in my ear. So that's also kind of funny. Ryan likes to get Trish out of her comfort zone by going paddleboarding and taking her on motorcycle rides. Can I choose one scene that I can't wait for viewers to see? The paddleboarding scene is going to be beautiful. There's something sort of special that happens between our characters in that scene, and there's a real moment of sort of understanding each other and seeing each other in a new light. And so that's a scene that I really can't wait for people to see. It's also just beautiful. The settings for this movie were stunning. So we're out on a lake paddleboarding, and yeah, I'm really excited for that scene. Trish is a pro at planning weddings. If the tables were turned, what would be one must have my character would want for her own big day? I think because Ryan is a photographer, and also because Trish's relationships with her friends is so much fun. She has tons of fun with these people. I think she would want a photo booth with cool props. I think that would be a big one. And then everyone can sort of take photos together and put them on their fridge. And that's definitely something Trish would want for her wedding. Okay, rapid fire game. To wrap up my live chat, I have a rapid fire game of this or that inspired by wedding season and June weddings. So, plan a wedding or attend a wedding. Attend a wedding. Give a wedding toast or catch the bouquet. Give a wedding toast. Writing or photography. Writing. Motorcycling or paddleboarding. Motorcycling. Beach wedding or indoor wedding. Beach wedding. Dance at the reception or indulge in the cake. Definitely dance. All right, so thank you guys for joining me. I cannot wait for you to see this movie. It's the premiere of my new movie, Wedding Season. Tune in this Saturday, June 3rd at 8/7 Central, only on Hallmark Channel. Oh, and don't forget, you can tweet along while you're watching at #WeddingSeason.